every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm usually a little bit late. I'm not too bad today. It is 1:34, pretty good here in Montreal. And also, I took a few weeks off. I was super busy getting the 10-day gratitude journal challenge together and launching that. And we just finished it. So if you guys like art and you want to participate in the 10-day art journal challenge, what the art journal gratitude challenge. Sorry, my brain is fried. Hi Amber, how are you? I will link up the art channel in the description below. And without further ado, we're just going to play around today. I have a few projects that I started that I want to finish. So remember this cloison one? This one I finished. It's very painstaking. I wouldn't recommend this to people that don't like mess. So I'm going to put a coat of resin on it today because it's actually sand that you mix with some kind of glue adhesive. The instructions were all in Chinese, so Mustafa helped me to figure out the instructions, what was what. But even at that, I find it really dry. I thought it would be more varnishy and shiny, and there didn't seem to be a varnish in the kit that worked. So I'm going to resin it. Yeah, it looks cool, eh, Amber? I'm really happy with how that turned out. So let's flip the screen and get started. I'm just going to bring this one around. There's my ceiling. We'll flip the screen and you can see my stuff. I think it's probably close enough. I'm going to just move my chair. I'm going to pull up the video on YouTube. And if you guys have to come and go, today is super casual, very unplanned. And if you, Amber, you too, if you have to go, no worries at all. I am just going to pull up the video so I can actually see it. Make sure my sound's off. There we go. Perfect. So I can see the screen. And just going to pull up my sleeves. And there we go. Actually, I could pull this up a little more. It's a little far. We just zoop a little bit. There we go. Okay, and the other thing, so we've got the ring mandrel, we have the tools, cutters are over there. I have the resin kit, so that's what I've been working on recently is the resin on the live streams. You guys can look at all the replays, and I'm going to just use the things I need. I'm not doing other resin projects unless that's the direction I end up going, which happens sometimes. We're not all that planned. So here's the UV light. Super easy. You just take this and plug it in with this. I have another larger light that is actually with the gel nail kit. So we've got that. We're going to plug it into the computer. I have my computer right here. And then here's the resin. And here are all the other things. So if I need a brush, these are from Amber. Thank you, Amber, for sending me these. They're silicone brushes, which are super cool. I have some, oh, this was the cloison wire. See, it's really cool. It's very thin. I bet I could use it with resin too. So I actually might use this cloison wire with the resin instead of this weird, icky sand stuff. And look, even the color is not that nice. I put it in the window to dry and it looks like the color kind of faded. So it's one of these cheap kits from Amazon that was probably made in China and not the best quality. So what I want to do is I'm going to put something on this surface so I don't ruin it. Paper. Okay, let's do this. I actually might need an actual brush. I don't know how well the silicone brush is going to work. Let me see if I have, well, I also don't want to ruin my paintbrushes. Let's see what we can do. Hi, Corey. How are you? Are you at the cottage or on vacation somewhere? We're just doing a very casual live stream today. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because this is my newer resin, which I don't want to use it up. I have some older resin that I was told it expires, but I think for this, it might be okay because I have a larger quantity of this. So let's use this one and hope I don't get it all over my hands. Oh, and also I'm not sure where I put the lid that goes with this. There was like that spouty lid, but let's just wing it here. Whee! That might be too much, but, and also, ooh, yeah, I'm not sure about this sand stuff. Let's see how it, and we better spread it before it starts to harden. Oh man, that was a little impulsive. Oh well, that's okay. Should be all right. So we're just going to do this. If it goes off the edge, I'm not going to worry because you can just snap it off. We're just going to spread this around because you can see the sand is already chipping a little bit, which is strange, but it really did fade in the, when I put it in the window, which is really weird. Yeah, definitely not the best quality. I think I did link up the kit. Like the advantage of the kit is this wire is really cool. The wire that you can use to make the shapes. It's like a very, I would say it's like an 18 gauge flat wire. Very soft, very flexible. So if you do want a thin wire, you can actually buy the wire separately from one of the jewelry suppliers. And now I forget which one, if it was Panda Hall or one of those type of jewelry finding suppliers. So what I want to do is make sure it's somewhat even, not too thick or it's going to take forever to dry. It is a little thick. Oh, I don't think it needs to be that thick. Okay, I wonder if I could just get it to run off a little bit. Yeah, I really don't want it that thick. So let's just try to get it to run off a little bit because I really just want a little protective coat. Why did I put so much resin? Let's just get it off a little bit. Yeah, that's way too much. So let's just get it off because we don't want it too thick, but we do want it to protect it. So I'm just going around here. I might need another paper to put it on. Okay, so there's that. That's a hot mess. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get another paper, I think, unless I could put it this way. Let me grab another paper. I'll be right back. So here's another paper. Let's get rid of that one and see how that looks. I'm just gonna make sure it's spread right around there. And hi Kristen, how are you? I'm just trying to finish off this cloison thing that I made with the resin. Yeah, just giving it a little coat with the resin because the kit didn't come with resin, but it's such weird texture, this tape, this sand that you do it with. So, and the color ended up kind of fading. So what I'm gonna do is I just want to save this thing because we want to be able to reuse it. So let's just wipe this one off. I also could have put it under the UV light and snapped it off, but this way I think I can get it right off. And we're going to put the lid back on this guy. I could probably reuse this resin. We'll see if it works. Maybe it's going to just be a sticky mess. We're going to see. Put that at the side. And then we get this. I might have to do it in stages. Yeah, I might have to do it in stages, but that's okay. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to put it off to the side. Then we don't have to worry about it. And I can check that and keep putting it on. Okay. Oh, this is so fun. Now they have those #1 with the crown thing. I just found out yesterday that that's not something I programmed on my computer. I want to show you guys these too. But the star or the crown with the #1, in theory, Corey and Kristen should be getting #2 and #3. Yeah, so Kristen has the #2, but why doesn't Amber have one? Maybe because, no, you have one, Amber. Why doesn't Corey have one? That's what I want to know. That's strange. Anyways, they give you those for some reason. You're at work. Cool. Fun. Thanks for popping in. So these, if you guys want to know, I had a request from, I forget her name now, but she requested some designs for, because she liked the teapot with the ceramic, and she has all these ceramic pieces. They're like almost like mosaic style pieces that they're pendants, but she wanted to incorporate them into some other little designs. So I did her these drawings. So that's not what I'm doing today, but I just thought I'd show you those. Those were fun, but they're flat pieces of ceramic. So I thought, she said we could even drill another hole, because there's a hole there, and attach it. Or I thought maybe wire wrap it in there. So that's another project. I might work on that. I'd have to see what I have. Let me see what I have handy. I could always do one of those. I'm just riffing here. Not quite sure what I'm doing. So I do have a piece of glass that might work. See, I do have these. This sea glass is very similar to what the pieces that she had. Like if she had a piece like that, this is almost exactly like that piece. Look at that. But she was thinking, you know, to put it in one of, this is a gravy thing. This is like a vase, which is really cool. But we could do something like that. I even have some shapes that are more like that. Why don't we try something like that? I don't know why. I really like this gravy thing. It's strange. Okay, so now let's get our, oh, I'm gonna throw out this resin thing. It stinks. Oh, it's warm. Why is it warm? Is this supposed to heat up that stuff? That's really weird. Okay, so here's the 22 gauge wire, which I think I would stick with. So cute, thank you. Okay, let's get some wire and just play around with the idea of wrapping and putting it in a shape, because there's a couple of possibilities you could do for that. I could maybe just cut 8.5 by 11. So I could cut 2 pieces of wire. So let's cut a 22 gauge wire. In fact, maybe I should have done a thinner wire. And then let's get a thicker wire for the outside. I've got 20. Oh no, that's not 20. Okay. I don't have a lot of 20 gauge wire left. I have to order some. And I could go to Michael's actually and get some 20 gauge. I'm gonna write that down, because I need 20 gauge German wire and artistic wire. That's all I need. Okay, now let's go ahead and see what, see, I have lots of random pieces of wire. That looks like it might work. Let's do that. Okay, let's see if we can make it big enough. And then I have these really nice beads that Latidra gave me, and I wanted to make something with those. So I will get those out and ready too. So I'm gonna be jumping from project to project, and you guys can bear with me. Let's see. So if we were to do something like this, it's not the best shape for a gravy thing. Where's that other piece I had? I had another piece here. This is cool. This is cool too, but it's kind of curved, which is different. I'm gonna actually run and get some other glass. I'll be right back. I have all this sea glass, which is interesting. Oh, I'm gonna put the light on again for my resin thing. I have to remember to keep doing that. So I have that, but the one I was thinking is I have this from the dollar store, which would be perfect for that one. And look, I found Mustafa's resin stuff that he sent me. You guys send me the best stuff. I thought I'd see what this is. Those are shells. Those are interesting. Okay, so let's see if Mustafa has any resin pieces that are that shape. Because that would be another idea to do some resin. That one looks interesting. Okay, what have we got? This one's fun too. That's more like, ooh, I do like that, but maybe for something else. Okay, and then he gave me a whole bunch of little, cute little ones too. I'll keep those out. I might use those for something else. Okay, let's keep those at the side. Let's see what this is. Oh, so this is very similar to the idea with that. Look at that. Aw, he wrote H&M in there. That's so sweet. What a nice young man. Okay, so that's an idea too. You could hang that in there. I'm gonna keep that. I just like that. Okay, I digress. So let's find a piece of glass that might look like that gravy train. Let's see. I don't know if I have anything that's gonna look like that, because this one's not too bad, but it's a little bit off. I don't know if we want green gravy though. That sounds like it might be a little nasty, but it's the idea. Don't worry about the color, because I don't know if blue gravy is any better than green gravy, to be honest. Could be pesto gravy. Okay, what else have we got? This one's cool too. I think I'll just try to keep this really simple. Ooh, this is maybe a better piece because it's flat. Okay, let's try that. Okay, now let's go ahead and try to make a gravy thing that's this shape. I'm gonna do the flower after. I think I'm just gonna, this is what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna wing it, and the lady's gonna be really happy because I told her that I could make a tutorial, but she was gonna try it on her own first. So let's go ahead and make a spiral. And now I feel bad that I don't know her name, so just hang on. It's only because I have a really bad memory. Let's move that down. I'm gonna go to my shop. I'm gonna go to my messages. It's Molly. Okay, Molly, sorry, I forgot your name. So Molly requested some designs for different things that you'd find in a china cabinet. And then she wanted to make a bunch of different designs. So I just looked up china cabinet objects. She listed a few things too. She said gravy dish, a platter, different things. So a platter, I'm not sure, because that would be pretty plain. But let's just go ahead. I'm starting with a spiral. I usually do the spiral after, but I'm starting with the spiral because I don't want to run out of wire. And this is all I have left for 20 gauge wire. So we're just doing this. We're going to bring this one around. Okay. And so that'll come around here. We're going to bring this one around here to here, and then give it a little bend at a right angle. So we'll do we're going to do the base like that and like that. Curve it a little bit here. Okay. And here. Up that way. Okay, perfect. Is that too big? It's all right. Here, and then this way. Oh, I went to see Simple Plan last night. That was fun. They gave a free concert near our house because they're from the West Island where I live, and they're from Roxborough, Roxborough Pierrefonds, which is, really close to where we live. So that was fun. We got to see Simple Plan. We didn't meet them, obviously, but we did get to see them in concert for free outside. It was really fun. Yeah, they put on a good show. I put some pictures on Instagram. Okay, so this has to sit in here somehow. And what we want to do is we have to bring this one around to do the kind of like part that's a spout, I guess you call it, around here. So we're going to bring that one around here. I'm going to try to get it to look pretty good. I'm going to put my resin thing on again. Okay, so around here, make sure, we got to make sure this is going to fit in there though. So that's going to, and maybe I want to make that a little more sharp. Okay, whoopsies. So we're going to go down and up. Make sure it's, we have to make sure it's wide enough that it's going to fit this thing in here. Okay, maybe it has to be a little more high. I'm going to bring that one up. Okay, up here and down a little bit more. Better exaggerate it a bit. And we're going to bring that one around here. Make sure it's going to fit. Yeah, the template is it's really going to depend on the size of your sea glass. That's the trouble, or your ceramic piece. Okay, so let's see how that looks. If we do that, go up here. I'm going to maybe not attach this quite yet, but what we were going to do is take this piece of 22 gauge wire, which is probably way too long now, but I'm going to start by attaching these two ends together to fix it in place. I think that's going to be a good place to start. We'll start there. I hope my hands are on camera. There we go. Oh, and look at that. I don't have it. I could easily put that through there. Up here, down here, up here, and bring that one down. Okay, so this one will go to the back, and or maybe it'll go up here. Okay, let's bring this one up here. Yeah, so that can go maybe to the front, and then this one to the back. Because what we want to do is secure this in place. So let's remove this so it's not distracting. And let us stick this in here. Which way? I think that's a good way. And then the idea is we want to wrap this within the shape. So this would be a valid method for any kind of design where you want to add some sea glass or some ceramic to a design. Okay, so the idea is you could make a basic shape, and then after you can go ahead and wrap your piece inside. Okay, so this is for Molly. So Molly, if you want to try this with your ceramic pieces without drilling more holes, you can go ahead and try something like this. Okay, so far we have it wrapped at the front, and then now we want to wrap it at the back. Okay, we can bring this one around here, and we can go through. This is probably too long, but oops, let's get that there, and that one there. Okay, and then up here. Okay, and we're going to bring that one to the back. Yeah, I cut about 2 feet of wire. Maybe 15 to 18 inches would be good, depending on how much wire you want. Like maybe you don't want that much. Okay, so we've got it to there, and then maybe we could bring it. Let's see. Do we want to go over again? I don't know how much wire I need, so I'm going to bring this one down. You just want it to be kind of logical. You want it to be, you know, in enough places that it's going to hold in place. So now if you want to wind it around the side, to be sure, we could wind it around here, okay, here, and up here. Okay, we can just bring it up. Now, if you could just, if you want to just crisscross it without like crisscrossing that way, if you want to say we just want to do vertical lines, you can do that. Okay, we can do that. Maybe this one I can clip already because I think that's enough of that wire. So let's clip that. And then this one, we're going to bring it up here, but maybe I don't want to finish it there. Let's bring it to the back again. I'll do something with the other one after because I really like that vase shape too. I think it's really cool. Okay, so there we have that. Okay, and from here we can go ahead and kind of finish this, but that's the question. I didn't really, yeah, just think, okay. So this one, see the picture. I think the way I did it, no, actually I didn't, this is not logical at all because this is like zoop, but then what does it do? This is the end. I went up this way, zoop. And this should maybe go down there. See this, my sketch isn't really logical. So I think what I probably would have to do is just end it here because, and maybe you can do a little dip. So there's a little bit of an, just a teeny bit of an angle there. So you have somewhere to finish it. Okay, then now we can go in through this way. We can clip it. Corey, I have to make this for my sister. When we had gravy as a kid, she used to say we have to say grace for the gravy. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh my goodness, I love that. Well, see, who would have thought anyone had a meaningful story about gravy, but that's awesome. I love that. It shows you that anything can trigger a memory and an emotion, and we can make connections through anything. So connected through gravy, I love that. That's amazing. What a story. So there we go. Yeah, gravy reminds me of going to my grandma's because my dad's mom used to do the, you know, the roast beef dinner with all the fixings and the gravy and stuff. So I remember that very well. I mean, we always did gravy at Christmas and stuff, but that's something particular that I remember. Now, see, there's a spot we could end the wire to get that to attach to that. So is that Mirta? Yay, Mirta's in the house. I saw those hearts through the corner of my eye. You have your own crown. How come you got a crown and Corey didn't get a crown? I'm a little, no offense, Mirta, but I'm a little concerned that Corey didn't get her crown. That's weird. Maybe you have a setting on your computer, Corey. That's, yeah, I thought the first 3 people got the crowns, but maybe not. Maybe that's not the way it rolls. I'll have to Google that and see. So now I'm going across the back and I'm going to attach it at the handle. So this will serve 2 purposes. One is to, actually let's trim it first so I don't scrap this wire. One is to secure this to that, and the other one is to do one last little secure thing on here. Yeah, where's your crown, man? I don't know. Do you have a setting on your computer, or maybe, I don't know, I think everybody's on mobile. Is everybody on their mobile device? I really am perplexed. I don't know. So now I'm attaching this here, and you could go around a couple of times if you like. Yeah, I do not know why you don't have a crown. Very mysterious. If anybody finds out how that works, just let me know. So I'm going to bring this to the back again. Okay, and then now we can clip it. There we go. Hello from the coldest country in the world. Cold? Oh my gosh, I'm so hot here. Our AC is on. I got a flat tire on my bike yesterday trying to go to Canada Day celebrations, and I had to leave my bike in the park, so I walked down today to get it, and it was really hot. Okay, this is frickin' adorable. Wow, I think Molly's gonna like this. This is the cutest. So yeah, if you have a nice piece in there, and then this seems to, it's, you know, it's, I wouldn't say that's the best finish there, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not sure if we can get this to finish a little better here, but I think it's all right. Maybe making that on a more of an angle, it might nestle in there a little better, but it's okay. It's so cute. So here's a gravy. Wonder if anyone else has any gravy stories. I love that. Okay, and then this is like the stand, so you want to make sure it's kind of curved out there. Very, very cool. Awesome. So there's that. So let's do another one. We're on a roll. -26. What's happening? Mirta, are you in the dead of winter? Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. Okay, so let's do a vase. Problem is I have no more 20 gauge wire, so we might have to do the whole thing with 22. We can do that. But see, this one has that nice jump ring thing going on, but I don't think I have. Maybe what I could do, I wonder if I have anything that looks like that, or if I could whip up something. Now I have these, but they're not quite the same. I have these. Oh, you know what I could probably do to whip something up for that? Because I kind of want to try it without wrapping this one. So let's improvise. So we've got that. We've got that. I'm going to get another piece of paper. Okay. So we've got another piece of paper, and we want to make an oval shape. So let's get our tape. I'm going to get some scissors and some other tape. I didn't really intend to do a lot of resin today, but that's what's happening. So we will take this tape and have a base here. Doesn't have to be too big. And we'll get some of this tape. Okay, we're gonna just do this. Secure that down. Okay, and now we want to make a little resin piece, but we don't want it to be too big. So let's get some flat wire, but not too big. Let me just see what I got. Yeah, I don't want it to be too big. So see, this is that cloison wire that I mentioned. So I'm just trying to make a little, what could be a ceramic piece, but I'm improvising because I don't have something to drill the holes with currently. So what I want to try to do is make something that might be that shape-ish, and I will just use this marker to do it. And I don't necessarily want it that big even, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and I'm going to do it smallish because I'm going to use 22 gauge wire for the outside. Although this, you could almost use this as wire. Okay, so let's just try to do something random here. I'm going to keep putting on my UV light for the other resin. And I'm glad you're doing the vase. Yay, that's awesome. So Amber, you could do it where you attach, like do the whole sea glass thing. In fact, we might do that. But let's go ahead and try to make our own little piece of ceramic. Well, ceramic sea glass. Make some fake sea glass. So the idea is you do have to finish it somewhere. So I'll finish it at the side so that it's just gonna have, oopsies. You just needed to finish it somewhere. So we want to make sure we push it in a way that the resin's not gonna slide out. So if we do that, we're gonna put it on here. We're gonna really hope this is gonna work. And we want these, sticky. Okay, so we want these to line up so there's no place for the resin to leak-ish. Okay, so let's make it pretty. Let us get our little pot, our little mixer, and I'm gonna run down and get some color. Yeah, I've been experimenting with trying to color with the UV resin, but it doesn't, not UV resin, with the gel nail polish, but I find it doesn't work great. So colors, we have pink, we have purple, maybe a lighter color. There's a lighter purple too. I don't know. I have light purple. Oh, can you guys see these? Yeah, I have light purple, I have fuchsia, and I have dark purple. And let me just use the old resin because I have to use this stuff up. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a little bit of the, oh, we really don't need much though because that's just such a small shape. Probably put too much in there. And these are so fun, these little shapes. If I had extra, I could put it in one of these. Those are cool. Maybe I'm just gonna, let's make a little bit more. Okay, they're all so pretty, I know. Okay, let's just do a little more. If I have extra, I'll put it in one of these shapes, if I have any. Okay, so, I don't know. I took the fuchsia one first. I think I'm gonna do that one. Okay. I like fuchsia. Now, see, I never know how much pigment to put, so maybe Corey can chime in on that because I think you do resin. I'm just gonna put a little bit like that. I don't know if it's enough. We're gonna see. So this is mica powder. And I'm not quite sure. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's like iridescent. It's so pretty. That might be enough. You know what? I don't think you need much powder. Okay, so I'm gonna put the lid on that. That's not my paper. Okay, now, not much, okay. Not much, you don't need much pigment. Okay, let's just keep putting this light on the other bookmark thing. That was a moderate success. So let's go ahead, mix this up. Now, hopefully it's not gonna leak. I wouldn't say this, yeah, I should have put it down on something that's not gonna pop up like that. I might have to hold it down a little bit. So let's just go ahead and put some, because once this is done, I can poke holes in the hopefully we'll have just the right amount. Okay, I think that's good. So that's good. So let's go ahead and, okay, I'm still, Oh, there's the phone. Hang on. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just waiting for the other UV thing to shut off. So let's go ahead and do this one maybe, because I have a lot left. So what I can do is put that, I don't know if I have enough for one of these. I could try this. We're gonna try it. Let's see if I have enough for one of these. Okay. It's the first time I'm trying these, so this is a good excuse. I don't know how much you're supposed to fill this. I guess right to the top. I haven't used these molds before, but I'm guessing you put it kind of right up to the top, maybe. That's cool, but that's all I got. I don't think I have enough for anything else, so we're gonna just do one of these, okay? And wow, this thing is, I just turned it on. The other thing, it's lasting forever. But also to cure this, we're going to have to put it under the light. So all of this we can just snap it off. So let's go ahead and put the resin here. And let's see how our other thing is doing. This is the one that we were trying to cure. Let me see if it's, oh yeah. I really don't recommend this kit because it's, look how weird the color is on the blue. I mean, it hardened. Definitely the resin helped to harden it. Yeah, I would not recommend that sand stuff unless I was completely doing something wrong with it. I probably didn't use it right. I probably didn't follow instructions. I never do. But I mean, it definitely cured it with the resin, but the blue isn't very pretty. Okay, so let's let that cure and hopefully we'll be able to work with that. Yeah, I'm excited to see if the molds work too. Have you tried them, Amber, the molds? Because I've never tried them, but a lot of the ones that Mustafa sent me were done with the molds, which is really cool. Okay, so let me put all of his stuff back together. I won't use it for now because I don't think it really fits with what we're doing, but I'm going to keep all of his molds together here. And I will look at some of the things that Latidra sent me because I wanted to try to use some of this stuff too. And she has put it all in the same bag. She gave me some glass beads as well, these ones, but I already opened a package, so actually they're all a little different. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put these in a bag. Cure on the back too. Okay, on the back of the one I'm doing now, is that what you mean, or on the back of the bookmark? Okay, so there's these. Let's put these all together. And what I might do is just put them all in a little tray so I can see what we have. And then we'll look at all of her beads together. Maybe I'll get a little lid or something. There we go. We put them on a lid, then we can see them all at once. Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way so it's not so distracting. Okay, I'm gonna bring this, oops, right over here, right over here. Okay, so let's let that do its thing, and I'm gonna open these up. Here's the hearts. Hey, Mirta, did you go away and come back? Here's some more. Yeah, they've got these really nice, she's got those really nice bead caps. I love those. Okay, so let's do that. And then there was one more. Okay. Here. I'll keep them all together so I can, are these the same? These are the same as those, I think. Okay, maybe I won't open those then because those are the same. So I'll just keep those for when I need some spares. Throw that out. And yeah, these are really cool with these funky little metal beads and stuff. Yeah, I love those. And then these were to protect your fingers, and these were keychains. And then there was some, oh, these are cute. The little happy faces, the little, let me open those. These are so cool. Okay, and then by that time, the other things should be dry. Flip the one you have under the light. Okay, perfect. Perfect, I will do that. Okay, 1, 2. But with the tape, Corey, do I remove the tape first or no? These are so funny. These little faces. They've got happy faces and mad faces and sad faces. They're like little emojis. Sad and it's like a little surprise face. They're really cute. We could do some little people with those. I like those. Mad. Oh, this one's cute. I like this one. I try to get a little different ones. That one. This one's fun too. Yeah, they're all a little different. That one, and then that one. And sad face, happy face. They're really cute. I'm going to do something with those too. So let's put those, I'm going to put those on, oops, put those ones on here. And there's a purple one too. Where's the purple one? The purple house. There we go. Perfect. So let's put those at the side. If we have time, we're going to do something with those. And this should be done soon. And I will, don't remove the tape. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bring it back. And we're going to, do I flip this one too? Like that? Let me know if I flip the one with the mold. So we just like flip it like that. Is that what you mean? Don't remove the tape. Okay, so let's put that there and there. And this one too, I think it's still kind of curing so that we can bring this, I'm gonna put that back over here. We're gonna do that and then I'll remove the tape. I'm just gonna have a sip of water. And while that's doing that, I'm just gonna remove some of this other stuff that I have. There's so much stuff here. And the other thing I wanted to do was to maybe do some resin with some of the beads that Letitia gave me, but I'm just not sure how I want to use them. So we're going to see. I'm just going to have it, while that's on, I'm going to have a look at some of them. And yeah, I think I'm going to figure that out after. So this is working. So let's bring back this. And the other thing I have to do is get my hole punch. So let me do that. Well, you guys, if you have to take a break. Okay, so I have these hole punches, and we'll try to punch a hole in the thing, and then we will, ooh, this is pretty. That, I mean, that would make a really nice vase too, wouldn't it? Just to use Letidra's bead. I might try that. That's so pretty. Wow. I wonder if I could incorporate, look at this too. She's got the these bead caps. Now, wouldn't that make a cute vase? So you've got that, and you've got the bead caps. So these could be flowers, okay, like that. These could be flowers. 3, 2, or 1 flower. Maybe you don't need that many. Maybe not. 3's going to be overkill, but if you had something that could represent like a little leaf or something. Oh, look. Look at the little face flowers. Oh my gosh. Okay, I could have fun until the cows come home. Oh, so cute. Okay, that's not where we're going with this, but that would be cute. Let's do something with those after. Those are beautiful. Thank you, Latidra, for those. Okay, light went off. See where we're at. First of all, let's see if this is ready to snap out. So this is how you clean your bowl. You just snap it out. Look at that. Snap. And we can use this as a doggy dish. I don't know. So there's that. I'm not sure what we would do with those scraps, but they're cool. So see, they just snap right off the silicone. That's how you clean your tools. Okay. And then let us see if this one's all right. I mean, it should be cured by now. It's so tiny. I hope it stays within the frame. Okay, maybe if we put it flat down, hold it and peel it, because this is really sticky tape. Okay, so that's good. So we have that, super funky. Sure, there's no tape. Okay, I think it's good. Yeah, that's a sticky because it's the tape. Okay, so there, how to make your own little shapes. Now let's try this one and pop this guy out. Whee! See, it comes, there's a little thing there that creates the hole. So it actually has a hole. Wow, it's really lightweight. So this is the back. What's the side you use? This side is much nicer and flatter. This side, it almost looks like it's a little concave, which I don't know why it would do that. But Corey, which is the side you use? Also, I'm not sure what I would use that for, but this is cool. I'm gonna put that at the side. So let's get the small hole punch. There is 1.5 or 1.25. So let's use the smaller one. 1.25. Awesome, eh? It totally works. I've made some resin flowers, and now I want to make this vase with flowers. Yay! Oh, wow, I can't wait to see your photos. Okay, so let's take the hole punch and place it. Hopefully it's gonna work. Don't want to go too close to the ends, and oh, you cross your fingers and then carefully have to wiggle it out without ruining everything. Wow, that makes a good hole. Don't want to go too close to the end though. Okay, do it again. Hopefully I'm not too close to the end. It's a learning curve. Wow, that works perfect. Yippee. Okay, I'm gonna get my glasses on. So we have our piece that we can use to, oh, look at that. It's almost exactly the right size. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then now, let's get our 22 gauge wire. I also have gold 22 gauge. Let's see which one we want to use. Gold with that. Oh no, I put silver on the outside. Let's just stick with silver. Okay, perfect. Now, how much wire? And also, how are we going to do it? Because I was just going to add it with jump rings, but maybe that's going to make it flip too much. Because you could also like stick it through and bring it up around. That's another idea. So I don't know if I want to do a jump ring there or stick it through. So say you were going to, I have a little scrap here. say you're going to stick it through, you could go ahead and stick it in there and bring it down. I'm just going to do it very loosely because I don't know if I'm going to actually do this way. So if you did this, you brought it down and that way, and then you just kind of put that to the side and then that one to the side. So that would be one way to do it. It's pretty good actually. That might be better. And then, because if you do a jump ring, it might like, okay, so the other idea I'm going to show you to compare them. So the other idea I thought was you would have to do like a little loop at the bottom, okay? You'd have to do that. And then you would, you know, follow your shape and do like a vase type of thing. So you would take that. This is my scrap, so I'm not committing to this. So if you brought that up and then you brought that one up, okay, like that, there. And then this would sit here, but then the idea that I thought you would make a jump ring. So let's go ahead and take this. The front is the side that was face down. Yes, perfect. That makes sense because it's definitely looks nicer. The other side looks a little bit like it's kind of like sunk in a little bit. Okay, so let's make a teeny tiny jump ring. Clip it and flip it and clip it. Okay. And then let's open that teeny tiny jump ring. And hopefully it's not too teeny tiny. Stick it through the resin. I think it's too small. Oopsies, I didn't think about that. I'm going to stick it through here. And then you would put it in the bottom of your, maybe you have to open this up a bit. So you'd put it here, pull it through, and then you would close it. There. Okay, so there. So that would be the idea. Then you do a jump ring at the bottom. And then up here, you would have to do some kind of, you'd have to do some kind of thing here where you, this is going to be harder, I think, because this is wiggling around, but this is the idea. You could do something like that. So then you would do, see, this comes around here, and then that goes up, and then you would do some kind of like loop here, here, up here. This would come up here, and then you'd put another jump ring in here. But the trouble with this is it's going to be really hard to adjust it. I think that's going to be an issue. So what I'm going to do is I'll do one. I'll take a picture so you guys can see, and I'll probably backpedal. But this way you can see what's possible. Open this up, okay? And then the idea would be you would take this, bring it around, okay, and bring it through the loop, bring it through this hoop. Also, it might be too small, but we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna bring it through there, and then we're gonna close it up. Just to show you, okay? So that, it's actually not bad. It's actually not bad. Of course, I should have done it with a regular wire, but you see it flips, right? Okay, so say you're doing a vase. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. So this would be the idea. We're gonna go up here, and then this goes up here, and then you make your flower. But of course, my wire is not big enough because I didn't think it would work. I should trust myself sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna do this and bring that up. I almost have enough wires. See this, you could I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, up here. So, but you'll see it wiggles, right? So let's go ahead and kind of attach it here. Bring it through here. I mean, it's not awful. I can't even believe I had enough wire. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna do that. And then now I don't really have enough for the flower, but the idea would be you would take this now and you do your flower. Okay, so let's just do a little flower because we're gonna run out of wire. As Mimi says, little flower. Every time she sees something little, say it's a little dog, little dog. She's funny. There we go. Perfect. No, perfect. So if we do that, and then you could just take the end. Since we have this, since we're already invested in this, we may as well do it, and then we'll take a picture, and then we'll do something else because I don't have enough wire. Okay, so this is that. Oopsies. Okay. Did we lose Mirta? I think she's gone, eh? I think maybe her Wi-Fi conked out. There we go. Okay. So, yeah. See, do you see what I mean? Like it kind of like wiggles around, and slightly flips. So I would say this isn't the best solution. It's okay, and I wouldn't have known until I tried, but yeah, that's the only disadvantage. It kind of flips around a little bit, but if you're wearing it as a pendant, it would sit. So let's take a picture. Let's take a picture because this one is going to get destroyed. Okay, so let's go ahead. You're there, yay! You are there. Okay, let's go ahead and take a picture of this guy. Take another picture. Okay. And destroy it. Well, not destroy it, but remove the jump rings. So the easiest way to do that, because I could remake these jump rings, is just clip the jump rings, okay? So we still have that. If we wanted, we still have that. It's not ruined. I'll put it aside. Okay, so I'm gonna take that, and now let's try again. How much wire? Well, I don't have a ruler, so we'll just measure here. So that's 12 inches and 12. Let's start with 24 again, which is probably way too much. Very pretty, thank you. Okay, let's try this again. So now let's try method number 2, where you could use 20 gauge wire, but I do not have any. Well, I think I have a little bit of German style 20 gauge in the basement, but I have, what color is it? It's gunmetal, which is a nice color, but it's not gonna work for this. I have rose gold, which is okay, but also won't work because I'm starting with silver. And the German wire is a little stiffer, it's half hard. So I would do this with a more flexible wire like the artistic wire. So we're gonna go ahead, and I've just really pulled this, secured it in place at the bottom of the piece, okay? Because I want it to be a little more solid. And then we're gonna go out here, and we're gonna go out here. So we have a little like twist. Maybe I'll take a picture of that because that's useful to see what it looks like. And sometimes it's hard to see on the live stream. So we're gonna do that. Perfect, cool. Oh, and Corey, did you celebrate Canada Day? Did you do anything? Any flag waving? We went to see Simple Plan. It was fun. It was really fun. It's really funny because we had bought tickets to go see Simple Plan in Ottawa with Avril Lavigne. And then we changed our mind. We're like, I don't feel like the crowds. And I don't feel like driving home from Ottawa so late at night. And so we didn't. I resold my tickets. I got my money back basically. And then they announced 2 days ago that they were giving a free show in Montreal. And we're like, yeah, it's free. It's not far from our house. And it wasn't, I mean, there were a lot of people, but it wasn't crazy crowded considering they're a huge band. And all of the men in Simple Plan are from that area. And one of them was joking. He said, yeah, we went to high school there. And we went to high school like where they were set up, and also they went to Fairview, which is our iconic mall. So everybody had a good chuckle at that. It's so funny. So they're like, oh, we used to ride our skateboards around here and stuff. So it's pretty special. You know, it's pretty special. Oh, and the mayor of Roxborough gave them a key to the city. So that was pretty cool. Okay. I'm not quite sure how I want to do this, but I'm going to also try to do this method where we go through here to secure it in place and see if this is going to work. Now, I'm not 100% sure this is going to work so well for this type of thing, but we're going to see. And I guess if you wanted it to be more symmetrical, you could probably do it on both sides, but I don't know if the hole's big enough to do it on both sides. We can see, because I mean that might be an idea. If you're a symmetry gal or guy, it might be a good thing to do. Let's try it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I could always remove the wire and re-poke another hole. Yeah, I think the hole might not be big enough for that, but and especially if you're using the thicker wire, but we can try it. Let's just remove that. We'll try the bigger hole, 1.5. Let's see if that's gonna work. Let's try the bigger hole and see if that's gonna be better. Okay, so, whoa, okay, that's a little big. Oh well. Whew, I didn't think it'd be that big. Oh well. Okay, so let's go ahead and stick that through there. Now I'm definitely invested in doing the symmetry because that's a big ASS hole. There we go. Sorry, I almost used a somewhat considered swear word. Not really. It's not a swear word. It's actually not a swear word at all. But I try to be careful about my language when I'm live and when I'm online. So I mostly swear when I'm in the car, but I think everybody does. Okay, so here's this. Not sure I love this or not, but we're gonna see. We're gonna go with this because this is what we got. We're gonna then bend the wires straight up on an angle. Okay. I had to stay home with my diabetic Lucy. Oh, that's sad. I hope she's all right. That's stressful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's such a worry sometimes. There we go. Okay, so now, whoops, I know they put a lot of that stuff on TV too. They broadcast a lot of the Canada Day celebrations. We used to go down to Ottawa, to Parliament Hill, but the last time we went, the crowds were so insane that we were like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so now, I don't know if I love this or not, but we have both things, so you guys can decide what you want to do. So now if we go around here, and we want this to be the vase, so we're going to go around here, okay, and then around to the front. Maybe make it a little wider. Okay, here, okay. And then how are we going to finish it? what I'm thinking is maybe we'll have to go like this way here. Because the idea was I was hoping to finish it kind of in the middle there, but I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay, so because if we do this, like, bend it at an angle here, and then we bring this one around, but then we're going to have to, like, kind of bring this to the back. And I guess what we'll have to do is try to just finish it here. So we'll take this, oh, that is the round nose pliers. I thought it was the, so we're gonna bring this one here and we're gonna trim it because we have to be able to pop it to the front. It's gonna be hard to see, but we're gonna trim this the longest we can with it still being able to come through to the front. Okay, so we're gonna take this, we're going to take this around here and hook it into there. Okay, so that's hooked there. Okay, and we're going to just, I just want to finish it here. So we're going to take that, we're going to give it a little pinch. Okay, we're gonna give that a little pinch and there, perfect. There, perfect. Now this one here. Okay, it's a little wobbly, but the idea is to kind of finish it somewhere in the middle there, and then we can bring this straight up. So it kind of looks like it's, like on this one, it looked like I finished it at the back, but this way it almost looks like it's coming out of the vase. It's a little bit on the abstract side. So we're gonna bring this up, and then we wanna do a leaf. Okay, we're gonna do a little leaf like that. I'm gonna try to replicate what we have there. I'm gonna bend it back. Hopefully we have enough wire. I'm gonna bring it around here. Okay, so we've made a little leaf. Okay, cute. And, you know, I'm just gonna like bring it straight up there. We don't want to twist it around or anything. So we've got our little leaf, which probably could have been a little bigger. We can make another leaf if you want, because I think we have enough wire. So we're gonna make another leaf. Bring it to the back this time. Down and around, okay. Make them a little slightly different size. It's always more interesting in art when something's a little more asymmetrical. Oh, it looks like on the picture I did like one stem to the flower and one stem to the leaf, but that's okay. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do our flower, just one of those typical 5-petal type flowers, but we want the leaves or the petals to be wide enough, and they don't all have to be the same length. Sometimes the sketches are like better, they're a little more whimsical, the petals are uneven. I always like it when things are not perfect because it looks more organic when things are, you know, slightly all different sizes. And I'm pretty sure flowers, their petals aren't always the same size. But I tend to make things that are a little more stiff and symmetrical, and I prefer it when they're not. Okay, that's why I love kids art, because it's so real and natural and organic and not overthought. Okay, so here we have the flower, and then we can go ahead and, well, there's 2 ways you could do it. You can just go ahead and do your spiral, or you can twist it around once to make it more secure. Bring it up, decide where you want how big your spiral want to be. I cut it to about 1 inch, a little more than 1 inch, maybe a little more. A little more. Okay, and then we are going to do our spiral. I almost cut it there, but I decided I wanted a little bit more, but now maybe my spiral is going to be too big. I might have to recut it a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a pretty tight spiral. There. And then I'm going to try to do the flower with Latidra's beads. That's pretty good. There we go. Excellent. Nice. So you see this has a lot of possibility. Now I'm wondering if maybe this piece is a little stark. I think with the ceramic piece that Molly has, it could be really, really pretty. But this is a good way to do it without the jump rings, because you see now it won't flip. So that's a good thing. But it's pretty cool, and it's not super far off from the sample. So what do you think, guys? This maybe needs a little more or a little more transparency. This could be like maybe a resin with some glitter rather than the color. Yeah, but it's pretty good. I don't mind it. So that's that as opposed to that one, which is good. And then the gravy, of course. So these are the two I'll put on my thumbnail. So this is kind of the focus of the live stream, but let's get back to Latidra's super cute beads. Now I'm gonna have a sip of water. Watch this. I'm thinking in vessels. Exactly. Yeah, that's what this one's all about, is the vessels, right? The vase, the like, that's almost like a coffee pot, teapot, teacup. Looks like a milk jug, and a gravy dish thing. What do they call those? Gravy dishes? Okay, so now what do we want to do with this silver? We could stick with the silver. Okay, here's the silver. But I think I need some beads like for the middle of those. Let me just see what I have for beads. Yeah, I need some smaller beads. The teacher gave me a whole bunch of 8mm, but I think I'm gonna get my smaller ones. And this will be our last projecto today. So if you guys have to go soon, no worries. Okay, so we have, I like turquoise, of course. These are small, Mo. That's 4mm are small. So maybe 6. Oopsies. The 6 could work. Let me just see which looks better, 4 or 6. Now, if I had a 5, could be good. Oh, this is hard to decide, because I like the delicateness of the 4, I think. The 6 is cool too, but so there's that. I also have dark blue, which would match that, but that's a little too dark. And I mean, I have yellow, which maybe is, I like the yellow too. With the, oh, decisions are so hard. Or there's hot pink. Oh man, guys, could I do 2 different colors? I don't know. 3 different colors. Oops. It might be hard for you guys to see this. Let me just see. There's the royal blue. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture because I feel like let me just see. So to just check something. Okay, so let me take a picture of this and see if I can show you guys, because it's really hard. I'm thinking if I show you the picture, it might be better. Maybe even if I lighten up the picture. kind of, it's going to be hard to see still. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that. The colors. Oh, maybe not. I'm not even sure where my camera is. Over here? There's a delay, so it's really hard. There's like a really long delay this time. I don't know why. Oh no, I'm way off the camera now. Ooh, yes. Tomorrow's Josh's birthday. Happy birthday, Josh. Early birthday. I think one year his birthday landed on the live stream. Is that last year? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to show you these pictures. This is ridiculous. There's like a huge delay with these, which means there's probably a delay in what I'm saying as long as, yeah, this is silly. Can you even see those colors? Oh man. I have royal blue, I have turquoise blue, and I have, but I don't know if I want 3 flowers or 2 flowers. I'm not sure. Anyways, while I decide about that, and if any of you want to pipe in and recommend anything, we're gonna go ahead and, you know what would be cool? Is there silver resin? I wonder if there's silver resin powder. I don't think so. I have like a gunmetal. Oh, this looks silvery. What's this? Coffee. This is dark silver. I mean, that could be cool too. If you resin the leaves, that might be interesting. Okay, so let's see. So let's go ahead and get some of this wire here. I think a thicker wire would actually be better, but because I'm low on wire, let's just go ahead with this. I don't know how much. So what, whoops, those aren't cutters. Tomorrow is the 3rd. That's right, tomorrow's the 3rd. So you guys have the 4th is on Friday. That's fun. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try. Let's start by doing a little bit of a loop because we want it to go through the bead, but I could wind it to the back, or we could just take this and put both wires through. If it's 22, even 20 gauge might work. So if we have it, we put it through there, and if we bring it like out here, and I guess if we do like a leaf thing, maybe that would help hold it in place. We can try that. So let's try our leaf here. And then we're going to go here, Lost in Time. That's the title of my biography. There we go. So we're going to go in here. We're going to do that around here. And see, that makes a cool little leaf. And then if we wind it around, it's going to hold that in place. So it's twofold. So now this is dictating our design. If we don't add another, wire, we can just do maybe 2 flowers. So say we do this one here. And then what we'll want to do is bend this at a right angle. This might end up being a very simple design. So if we bend this at a right angle, yeah, yours is the 7th, I think. Hey, Mirta, that's cool. So see, this is warbling now. So what we would have to do for that is some kind of loop to hold it in place. So if we've done that, because it's not going to hold in place, but if we do a little loop, and just a little loop like that, and then out, and then we put the flower, it's like a flower bead cap. So then if we put it in place, that's how it looks on this side. And then we could put our bead. Let's start with the turquoise. We can put the bead. And if you want it to go like that, you can just do a little, you could do a little loop to hold. I've done that before where I've just done a little loop to hold it in place. But if you want it to look like sideways, that would be a little different. You'd have to kind of bend it. Let's try it, because I know the one way will work. I don't know if this way will work. So if we take this and we just put your round nose pliers right in there, bend it on an angle. So if you don't want the hole showing, if you put it that way, it should work. But then what do you do with the rest of it? I guess you can maybe take it. It's very wobbly. You can take it and maybe bend it around to hold it in place. Like, why? We're going to see if this is working, and if not, I can pull it back. So if we wind this around, it's kind of similar to what I did with the flowers on the bail making pliers thing. But see, I mean, you can do it that way. Let's just see how it looks. You have to, it's very finicky though. Okay, you can do that. And it will show, then you'll see like that. Then you're going to see the nice color of that. Because if you don't do it that way, let me just show you on a separate wire. Okay, we're going to keep that because I don't want to ruin it. Now, if we do it the other way, it would be like you take this, you make your loop around, and then you would just take this. Let me use the same bead so we can compare them. I'm going to put this one on. And then what you would do is you just want to cut this short, like to maybe 1/4 inch. Okay. And then you take your end of your pliers and you pull it back and around. Okay, so that would be the other way to do this. But then the only issue with that is you see the hole. You see the hole of the, and you really want to get it in place. So you can, okay, I'll show you. So, oof, that didn't work very nicely at all. Okay, but because you really have to make sure there's no slack in there. Okay, so say we do that. Okay, I'm gonna just take a picture. It's not the best. Yeah, let me just take my glasses off. Okay. Yeah, because the trouble too with the miracle beads is sometimes the finish between the beads is a little iffy, because I think I don't know if they make them on a string, and then the ends get a little weird. So so there's that. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna take a better picture. So we're gonna do that. If we do it like that, then you can kind of see. And then I'm just gonna try to move this so we can see, compare them. Yeah, I don't know I don't know which one I like better. Oh, sorry. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the one where you can actually see the middle of the, like the bead, because I feel like the finish on this miracle bead sometimes, although if we, yeah, and then if you try to bend the thing, it gets really wiggly. So I'm glad I didn't cut this because I think I like it like this. So let's go ahead and do another one like that. And then we'll just, it should be good. And now, do I have to keep going around this? You could go around again if you want it to sit sort of inside. I mean, it's kind of cool with going around twice. It's optional. You can go as many times as you want. It depends on how thick your wire is. Okay, I'm trying to get it underneath the previous wrap. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's just go ahead, trim that. Okay, and then that you can pinch in that little pokey end there. There, it's kind of cool. It's still rotating around a little bit. That might be because of this thing at the back, but you can probably push that in a little bit so it won't rotate so much. So let's do another one. Okay, and maybe we'll do it. Oh, what we should have done is done a way to hang it up. Wouldn't that have, well, you could probably actually look at this. You can probably hang it in this loop. Think about that. I'm going to just adjust the loop. Maybe just make it a little bit more solid. Yeah, I bet you can just put something in that loop to hang it up. So we're going to leave that like that for now. I'm going to do another one. So we're going to maybe make it a little shorter. I don't want it too long. So let's just make another little loop here. It'll be a little bit shorter. Okay. I'm going to bring this one around here. And then bring the flower bead. Okay, and we can try to do the pink one. See how it looks. What if I want it pink or if I want it all turquoise? I don't know. Because there is pink in the base, okay? There is pink there. Or you might want it all one color. Let me get another turquoise one. Get another one. Okay. Let's stick that one in there. Yeah, let's do the pink. That's a little blah. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take this, get it another teeny little bend down. We're going to put this here. And oh, is that going to go in enough? No, we have to make that space a little bit bigger. Okay. Make that space a little bigger. Put that right up there. Okay, and then we're going to wind it around. I'm going the other direction. I don't think it really matters. So we're going to go around the other way. Bring it around, bring that under here, under, and we can wiggle it around to adjust it more. So that's just the basic where we attach it. Okay, so that's attached. It is like wiggling around a little bit, but I'm sure we can figure that out. Okay, if we tighten up this loop, we can probably figure that out. So this, if this loop is tighter, okay, I'm just going to unwind it a bit and wind it a bit because we want that to be, and I think if you maybe use a little thicker wire, maybe the 20, yeah, I would advise 20 with this. I think it's going to be better. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So if we're just going to really want to push it in, if they're wiggling too much, I guess you can always put some glue or something. This one is like wiggling a lot, which isn't too bad, but like I said, we can just adjust it to push that loop a little bit more so there's not so much slack. Now we could have done more. We could have done more petals if you want. Love the wraparound. Thank you. Wraparound. Yay. Awesome. So now this, if you want to curve the stem a little bit, may be good. You don't want it too straight. I'll just curve that out a little bit. Okay. And then, yeah, see, what I like about this is it's asymmetrical. So there's 2 flowers and a leaf. So there's 3 items. This one maybe could have done it a little lower. I don't know if I can wind it down a bit. Yeah, I could maybe wind it down a little bit. I think I would have liked this a little bit lower. So, okay, that's actually, I'm pressing this flat against the back because I wanted to make it lower. So that might help so it doesn't twist so much. So I'm just playing with this and making it a little bit lower. And in the process, it seems to be helping it a bit. Oh, I should have gone the other way though. Here, I'm gonna go the other way. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Yeah, that might work. Just, it'll get it a little bit lower and it maybe will prevent it from twisting so much. And then we can just bring that down and center that a little bit. So there's always like little adjustments you can do at the end. Okay, and this is just a starting point if you guys want to try. See, I've wound it around a little more on the back so it won't wiggle so much. And I'm going to try to center it a little more. You could put a little dab of glue. I think if you just play around it with it a bit, and if you have a wire that's a little stronger, it should be okay. But that's really cute. It is twisting around, but if you wear it as a pendant, it should be okay. And if we want to like fix this a little bit, just make this, if you want to tighten it up, just stick the round pliers in the circle a little bit and that'll tighten this up so this won't wind so much. Now, if you want to put this in a little, like if you want to hang it, okay, this is the cutest thing, you guys. Latidra, thank you for the inspiration. Oh my goodness. Super cool. Okay, now let's go ahead and what we can do is if you want to wear this as a pendant, you can just take a little wire. You can go in here, maybe center it. Okay, we're going to go in here, stick this in that loop. Okay. There. Close the loop. You could do 20 gauge. So see, this already will make a little way to hang it as a pendant. And then you can, if you want to hang it directly on the pendant, do this perpendicular. If not, just do a little like infinity sign thing. And then you can add a jump ring. So if we do like a little infinity sign attachment, we can clip it. And then you can attach this, well, you could put it on an earring hook. See, we just did a little infinity sign there. Easy sleazy. I would do 20 gauge though. 22 is a little soft. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Get back there, you. Okay, oh, I just remembered I have to buy some whipped cream. I bought some coconut pie filling and a graham wafer crust. And we ran into our friend at the grocery store and she's like, you can make your own coconut cream pie filling with custard. And I'm like, I don't bake. And she said, you can make your own graham wafer crust with graham wafers. And I'm like, I don't bake. I just put things together. Okay, so here we go. So there's a little infinity sign. We're gonna hang it on a chain with a jump ring. So look what we made today. We made these super cute little flower in the vase from Latidra. We made this one, flower in the vase for Molly, and the gravy train for Molly. So guys, thank you. That was awesome. Yay, phew. Oh, you like one of your favorites. Oh, wow, that's really awesome. And thank you, Amber, because I had no real fixed intention of what I was going to do. But, just flip the screen. Sometimes those are the best projects when you don't really know what you're going to do and you just have all the supplies and you wing it. So we got a lot done. We did a varnish on the cloison which turned out okay. The blue's a little funky. We did the wraps from Molly and the vase from with Latidra's beads. So it's a shame she wasn't on the live stream today, but Latidra, you're watching the replay. Thank you so much again for the beads and the inspiration, and always sharing your beautiful work in the Wire Makers Club. Thank you everybody for hopping on. Mirta, I hope you're not freezing, that you're going to stay warm. And Corey, good luck with your puppy. Give puppy our love. And Amber, thank you always for hopping on the live stream and moderating the chat and helping for everything. And also, Amber just helped me proofread my 10-day art journal challenge ebook. So if you're doing the challenge, the link to the ebook is in the description of the video, and I'm actually going to make a printable version. So look out for that coming out soon. And have an amazing rest of the day. Happy birthday, Josh, tomorrow, and happy July 4th to all my American friends. Happy Canada Day from yesterday to my Canadian friends, and happy Independence Day to Mirta in Argentina on the 7th, and happy birthday to everyone else that's celebrating, and have a great summer. And we will talk to you guys next time. Hopefully back to the lives again next week. Okay, bye guys.